Hey everyone, the numbers are in for the Gulfront condo market in Panama City Beach for January of 2022. I'm Craig Duran with the Duran Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For specific pricing on your building, units in your building, for the activity in January, I've done this a little bit different for this video. So just look below this video and look at, I've got links for most of the buildings that we do. If your building isn't on there, shoot me a note and I'll send you the information. Those links are only going to be live for about 2 weeks. So, and that's, I'm sorry they're not permanent, but the way our local MLS system works, I can only share it to you for a limited time. But the information for January pricing, anything that came on the market is under contract or sold, is in that section. We're going to go through some specific pricing here in a minute in the video, but also if you're not already signed up for our eAlert system, I know most of you already are, but if you haven't seen this, this is just a sample of what it looks like. And this is for the entire Gulfront market. But what most people I work with like to do is set this up just for their building. Or if they own units in multiple buildings, they'll set up one search for one building, one search for another building. And what's nice about that, this is what it looks like. It'll send you an alert anytime something happens in the building. And we can set that up so it comes as frequently as you want, or it can come once a week, once a month if you're just trying to keep up with pricing generally. But what you have is it'll show you everything that's new like this. You can see it's really a nice presentation. It's really easy to read. It shows you when there's something under contract. Here's one right here that's pending. But one of the most important parts is this feature here. It'll give you sold information. Here's more under contracts. We're getting into the sold section now. And it's going to show you things. It will show you the accurate sales price and the accurate sales date. It even looks good. I don't know if this shows up on the video I'm recording, but when you get this down onto cell phone size, it looks good on cell phones. It looks good on iPads. And then each one of these properties lets you click on it to view. Actually, this is ours right here. You can click on that to view the specific details, so you can see photos, you can see videos of any of these units. So if you're trying to compare and watch the market, it's a really excellent way to stay up to date with the market. So if you want to be on the eAlert system, let me know. We'll get you signed up. It's free. There's no obligation. It's just a nice way to stay up to date on the market. So let's talk about the Gulfront market in January. I want to show you numbers a couple different ways. Really intense still. Very much a hot seller's market. Let me show you some of the numbers. Active listings. This is the number of units that are up for sale in the market. Take a look at this. We're down. This is comparing year over year. So January week 1 of this year to January week 1 of last year. We have 50% fewer condos for sale the first week, 54% fewer, 56% fewer, 59% fewer. The entire month, we're down over 50%. Buyers have half the amount of choices for a condo this year right now than they did last year, and last year was a hot market. Look at the number of new listings coming to the market. They're down. We had 31%, 23%, 20% fewer listings coming up for sale when you compare it to this time last year. Week 4, we actually had a slight uptick. And then the other thing to watch for, so now we have fewer choices for buyers, right? Look at the number of new contracts being written, making purchases happen. And this is comparing it from January of 2022 to last year. 36% more contracts written in the first week, 9% more contracts, 16% more contracts, 17% more contracts. So think about it. We have more demand, more people trying to buy, and less supply, like half the amount of supply. So what do you think prices are going to do? What do you think the negotiations are like? Buyers aren't getting huge deals. Sellers are really have the advantage in all these negotiations. I'm not going to go through this chart this time. I know anybody who's been watching these videos knows my red line, black line spiel. I'll save that again maybe for next month. But I want to look at this in a little bit of a different way and see if I can zoom this out for you. Look at the number of sold listings. This is the entire Gulfront condo market. And look at the number of new listings coming to the market. So let's start in August. August, we sold 100 condos. We had 114 coming up for sale. We had 85 sold in, September. And we had 92 come up for sale. But watch what's happened in the last few months. 91 sold in October. We only had 82 come to the market. 119 units sold in November. We had only 93 come to the market. We had 120 units close in December and only 62, right about half as many new listings come up for sale. We had 105 closings in January. We had about the same 99 come up for sale. So you can start to see a trend there that the demand is last few months is really outpacing what's really even available in the market. So still very much, my months of inventory idea. We're sitting at less than 1 month of inventory for the entire Gulf front market. All that means to you in layman's terms, it's an extremely, extremely hot seller's market. A couple more numbers, and then I want to show you something about pricing and I want to warn you all about. This is just a different way to look at this. The most important thing here is the average sales price in the PCB condo market compared this January to last January. This is where people are spending their money. So if more people are spending their money on higher expensive units, that's going to change a little bit. It has to do some with appreciation and also some where people are spending their money. The average sales price for a Gulf front condo in Panama City Beach year over year is up 53%. Huge numbers, huge gains. Now, one of the mistakes I've been seeing really since the middle end of 2022. Think about this. Real estate agent is called in to advise someone on pricing to sell a condo. We're taught in real estate school, for me, it was like 19 years ago. We're taught to look at the last 6 months of sales, take the average of those 6 months, and that's about the value. You take some adjustments in for condition and location and things like that, of course. But very generally speaking, we're taught to look 4, 5, 6 months in the past to set pricing. And then from there, giving advice based on what an appraiser might appraise something for and things like that. Well, take a look at this as what's happened in Long Beach recently. And this really jumped out at me because we're working a couple of transactions in this building right now. If I go back only, let me look, I think I went back 120 days, 90 days. I go back 90 days on this list. Now check this out. Going back 90 days on only 2-bedroom units in this building, if an agent sat down today with a seller, their sales at $574,000, their sales at $600,000, $630,000, and there's a $675,000 unit under contract, $700,000 is sold. We did all of this about 30 days ago for a unit, and if we had priced in the past, we very likely would have been pricing. Some people probably could advise pricing in the 625, 630, 640, 650 range. And how quickly do you think something would go under contract in that market? That's ancient history, and it's only 90 days old. $574,000. We have a unit priced at $725 that went under contract in days, and is now under contract. $725,000. $574,000 in this building, 90 days. That's the kind of market we're in. So if you're selling in this market, you've got to push the pricing. What I like to see here from a seller standpoint is the 2 units that are on the market, $735,900 is the asking price and $760,000 is the asking price. I would contend that this one here, $735,900, is probably pushing the market some. Look, because really the highest we have so far is a $700 closing, even though this $725 will be closing higher than that. $760 might be a touch aggressive, but maybe I haven't dug into it yet. It looks like just from the thumbnail that it's a pretty nice updated unit, so that may even still get activity. So my big takeaway here is just be really careful when you're looking at pricing and you're looking at recent pricing, especially if you're on our eAlert system. 60, 90 days ago in the condo market is starting to become ancient history. This is over a $100,000 spread. If you were pricing based off of sales from 3 months ago, think about how much money that you'd be leaving on the table. So hope this gives you some sense of how hot the market is. My point of this, I know usually you guys, I do individual reports for each building. Frankly, I can't get it knocked out this week. I've got too many things on the table. I'm excited. We're running over to meet the CEO of Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices next in the next meeting. Anyway, If you want to look at specific pricing and sales for your unit, if you're not on our eAlert system, again, click the link below or one of the links below. If you want to be on our eAlert system, send me a note. I'll get you set up. It's a really easy way to stay on top of the market. If you're trying to buy something, it's a great way to see what happens as soon as it hits the market. So I hope you guys, the good takeaway here is January 2022 in the condo market, extremely, extremely busy, low inventory. There's not a lot to buy. If you're a seller thinking about selling, this is the exact kind of market that you want to sell in. Again, I'm Craig Duran with the Duran Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Thanks for watching.